Hi guys, Paul here from PABrewNews. Got two beers here. I think you already know if you read the title. But here it is. We have 2022's the Backwoods Bastard versus French Toast Bastard. Right there. Okay, you can always automatically see different label choices. And so right there. Now, this is Backwoods Bastard Ale aged in oak bourbon barrels. This is French Toast Bastard Vanilla Cinnamon Maple Bourbon Barrel Aged Scotch Ale. So there you go. This is 11%. This is 11.1%. So something happened. A 0.1 happened somewhere. I do think it was fun for a while there. Like when Hop and Frog would do their beers, no matter whether it was the barrel aged version or not, the ABV wouldn't change because they couldn't go over a certain ABV, which is pretty funny. So this is, I'm not going to try to double pour shit. Okay, I don't have the room for that, and table's over here, if you know what I mean. So we will pour the Backwoods. Give it a hearty pour. About there. Perfect. And then we will crack it open and do the French toast. Yeah, just like that. Okay. There we are. Okay, let's see. Dirty Glass Mafia. That's not the beer's fault. Up to the light, they're very, 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 very similar. I know you can't see all the way, but this is the French toast. This is the regular, and they are extremely similar. Let me just see if I can really see this. Even the carbonation is exactly the same. So right here, right now, in front of you guys, keep going the wrong way. These are identical to me overall. All right, so now we're gonna have to do aroma time. Base. Oh, lovely kind of. The alcohol is apparent, so there's a nice breath of ethanol alcohol, bringing a little bit of a dark fruit, a little bit of hint of almost a cherry or raisin, coming up with a lot of burnt caramels, peppery, earthy sugars, peppery, earthy bitterness, rather, just like that tannic barrel smell, a little char, bright peppery caramel bourbon, a little almost a hint of like a fall leaf kind of vibe, copper coin, a hint of toasted brown bread, even. Man, smells good. Okay. All right, time to do the French toast bastard. Cheers. Okay, French toast. I get a minerality that's coming up through this. Minerality, caramel, lots of fake maple. I mean, the way it smells anyway. Fake maple syrup. And cinnamon. Wow, that was a lot of aroma in the nose. Let's go back to this one, see if I can still smell. Wow, that really hurt the nose. That really did beat the crap out of my nose there. The smell of the French toast bastard was so abrasively strong. It actually kind of like knocked knocked me out of calibration because I go back to the regular one now. And everything's still there that I said before, but I'm kind of almost having to reach for it a little harder because of the fact that I just got Like it burns through here. That's crazy. But yeah, this is very potent on the nose. This is very beautiful on the nose too. Gives you kind of everything you want. This is very, very, very strong on the maple syrup so far, but we didn't get a taste on it, and that's what we're going to do right the fuck now. So cheers. It's a bit thin. It is a bit thin. Medium size of a medium body. A little bit of oiliness to it, which is nice. Nice caramel sitting on the around the palate. Almost a hint of butterscotch. Nice little earthiness, copper coin tonalities. It's a little subtle, but it is there. I remember this being a little bit more bombastic in other variants that I've had. This is a bit more subdued. The ABV is not really hitting me either. The ABV was in the nose, but it's really not coming through in the flavor. Easy drinking, surprisingly easy drinking for 11%. It's 11%, medium side of a medium body, a little oiliness, wafting through without a problem. I'm already thinking, because I've reviewed French toast before, and I had some questions about it. Now that I have the base in my hands, nice little head to head, and I kind of see some of the problems. So a little bit of earthiness in the background. The nose is the star of the show when I drank that, when I smelled that before. The taste is a little bit more subdued. And this fucking smell was just nuts. So let's get into this one. Cheers. Okay, so that a lot of that maple syrup, kind of like fake maple syrup vibe, that extract kind of thing. A lot of that. Hint of caramel, little nuance of char, a lot of minerality in the back of the palate when it kind of thins out. Same kind of deal. This one is almost in the kind of like, I think that extract gives it almost a higher side of a medium, not as, just a little touch thicker than the base version. Yeah, the spot of vanilla with that caramel and a little bit of that, a lot of that rather, that kind of extract maple syrup. There's a lot of that. So you're not getting a lot of the nuances that you're getting in the regular base variant. The base, I think this base this year is just a little bit lackluster to be throwing any adjuncts on it. Maybe they're trying to make something good out of a negative, because the nose on the base version this year was really nice, but the flavor was a little lackadaisical. I say lackadaisical because it is a little bit more subtle, but that big gulp was still really nice. Man, this is a nice beer. Yeah. This is the base version right now, and Backwoods Bash is a really tasty beer. This one has a little bit of subtleness coming with a little bit of a soft, like a black cherry or a little bit of raisin in there, molasses vibe coming up through, which is nice. There's a little bit of that kind of nice brown bread crust, earthiness, almost a hint of a wisp of like a fall leaf still kind of coming through. Beautiful little caramel, a little bit of butterscotch. The alcohol is really nothing. It's 11%. It's not hitting you at all. It's very enjoyable. It is a shock to the system when you have the French toast, because it's so like, okay, I get it. You put adjuncts in it. It's not natural flavors. If you know what I mean. Go, oh. When I smelled that the first time, I couldn't smell the base version anymore. I had to like wait and just like process everything because it was so harsh. Oh, it is. It's if you really like that kind of fake maple vanilla thing, you have no problem drinking this beer because that's what you get. That's what it is, man. Boom. It's like there's that bourbon whiskey company, I guess, from Tennessee. Old Smoky, I think they're called. And they have flavored whiskeys. If you like flavoring, you're going to love their whiskey. If you like whiskey, you're going to hate their whiskey because you can't taste anything but the flavoring. That kind of vibe, if you know what I mean. And that's what this one's kind of lying, where you have so much adjunct flavoring that's what you taste. You don't taste the nuance of the beer itself. That being said, the base version of 2022, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, Smoky Ick. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. The base version of Backward Bastard, from my experience, is a little lacking. And I think that's what they're doing here. They're trying to cover up the fact that it's a little lacking this year by adding some stuff. But doing so, the beer is not bold enough to handle all these adjuncts. And that's why you're kind of left like, yeah, I get it. It's an as advertised beer. French Toast Backwoods Bastard is completely as advertised. Don't get me wrong. It's just there's so much fake maple syrup kind of vibe that it's just that's the beer, man. You're just drinking maple syrup extract. That's what you're drinking right now. And you're not drinking a beautiful bourbon barrel aged Scotch ale, if you know what I'm saying. This, I'm so glad I decided to go out and instead of just being miserable, going out and getting a pack of actual Backwoods Bastards and doing the side by side, because it shows you that if you're disappointed, just go get the original, man. Oh yeah, the base version is miles above, I would say, the adjunct version. The adjunct version, I guess they're trying to get a demographic in to try to get this beer, because this is a really good traditional style Scotch ale. It's a real boozy bitch. It's a really one that you really like, those kind of nuanced, though layered, complex traditional styles. It's not haze, bro. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I'm drinking a fucking tropical boot bowl every time I take a sip. So I think what they're trying to do is make a positive out of a negative, having Backwoods Bastard a little bit more lackadaisical in the flavor, a little bit more nuanced than usual. So they got to bumping it up. And then two, they're trying to get a demographic that would normally go with like pastry pastry stouts and stuff like that. Those kind of drinkers into buying Backwoods Bastard. So I don't think it worked, but I do think at the same time, I hate to say that because I do think it worked. I do think, like as Steven said too, Old Smoky drinkers would like this version of Backwoods Bastards. Backwoods Bastards drinkers would not like this version of Backwoods Bastard because it makes a nice head for 11.1 though. Real nice. You'll see when I post my other video of French Toast Bastard is I decided to half and half it with a worldwide stout to make it a little bit more less adjuncty, more flavorful as far as beer goes, and it kind of works a little bit better. So, I mean, that's a note for you guys. Put it down in your little journal to fix an 11% adjunct forward beer. Put a 17% beer in it to make it better. That's a tip from the top. There you go. So here's the two beers now. I have been sipping on this one a lot more than this one as far as getting it down the neck. But they're so similar. It's so funny. Everything about these beers, like visually, are completely the fucking same. It is nuts. It is pretty forward on the roasty malt, except with the French toast. It is. Well, let's get into it. Cheers. Ooh, sex info. Cool. Hot girls here. Where? It's a joke. Everyone knows they're in my basement. Everybody knows that. Okay. Yeah, I'm commenting about that one. Little spam bot action. Who cares? Letting it breathe is the best thing you can do for this beer. I'm really happy that I'm doing this kind of live stream style, going back and forth, talking, letting the beer breathe, and letting that kind of adjunct kind of like breathe out of it so it's not so abrasive when you drink it. It is, I'll tell you what, dude, this beer, he asked, is mostly adjunct and minerality. Not char, not charry barrel goodness. It is adjuncts and minerality. That's what French Toast Bastard is. If I had to recommend, and that's what I'm going to do here because that's why I came here, I would say pass or just buy one bottle of the French Toast Bastard and get a 4-pack of the Backwoods Bastard. It is a little bit more nuanced than I've had from past years as far as the flavor compounds go, but it is such a more cohesive, more cohesive beer and more enjoyable to drink. And I'll tell you what, crack French Toast Bastard open, smell it, go, ooh, and then try to smell anything else and it won't work because that's how abrasive that fucking smell was. It was so funny. In the beginning of the video, if you missed it, I smelt, I guess that's a word, smelt. I'm not melting shit down. I'm smelting. I smelled the Backwoods Bastard, and it was lovely. I smelled the French toast, and it was like, wow, holy crap, that's a lot of smell. Went back to the fucking original base version, I couldn't smell shit at all. That's how abrasive it was. Let's see. I'll look for it, though. I'm down to try anything. There is a multi-pack of Yeti. Oh, my God. I haven't had Yeti in years. I love Yeti. I can't even find Yeti. I love Yeti. 14 different variations for $18. Not bad. For even if this is a 12er, for $18 for 4 different variations in a 4-pack of Yeti, I'd pay that. I think I'll get that as well. Can't go wrong with some OG BWB. I agree. You definitely need to, you can't go wrong with Backwoods Bastard. It's a good time. OG is the best, I always think. I'm not really a huge fan of adjuncts overall. I mean, some are good. Natural, I guess you could say like natural adjuncts are good to a certain degree. Artificial adjuncts are not so good to a certain degree. I've never been a big spice guy. The flavoring for food or the drug, that kind of thing, but like it's just not my thing. But I just think probably, I mean, I understand that like if you put a bunch of maple syrup in a beer, a lot of it's going to attenuate to alcohol, so it's going to be extra boozy, and that's not a bad thing. But this French Toast Bastard is so adjunct forward, it's abrasive. When they did that, you guys will help me on this one. When they did the Founders KBS with the vanilla cinnamon something or other, it was garbage, utter fucking trash. It was just adjunct. You couldn't taste shit. Everything just tasted like garbage. Trash. So even the hazelnut wasn't very good. It was really good to smell, but it wasn't even very flavorful. The espresso was okay for KBS. So Founders, I guess this is a tip from the top. Founders, I would just stick to their base beers because a lot of this bullshit adjunct stuff is just not really worth your time. And if you are going to try it, please, by all means, do. Throw it into the I'll try one category instead of trying to get a whole case or a 4-pack or whatever. If you can just try the one, because I understand it's a 4-pack. But if you don't like something, you really don't want to drink the other 3. But it is the festive season, and you can always gift them to unfortunate friends and family. So that's a positive. That's all we do here at PABrewNews. Positives, because I'm a positive guy. That's what the test said. Positive. Anywho, I think that's probably going to be it for me. Let's get into it. Cheers. like I said, it is lackluster, a little bit more lackadaisical, a little bit more nuanced than usual, but it is still just a fine beer. Very nice, very smooth. The ABV doesn't hit you. You have a lot of I can't talk. A lot of nice nuances to kind of play with, to kind of learn from. I just like the fact that it is just it's got the backwoods bastard thing. Is kind of funny because if you look at it, I'm the hold on now. There you go. I'm the old hermit in the woods with the beard and all this, and I make shine and all this stuff. This is very refined. It's a very refined beer. It has a lot of beautiful nuances. I would lump Backwoods Bastard into like even the Straffe Heinrichs and stuff, all those nice Belgian quads where you just sip on them and you get nuance after nuance after nuance. I would put this in this category because it's one of those ones that I enjoy drinking because of that. Even though it has a more abrasive title as the Backwoods Bastard and not Straffe Heinrich, quad 10% or 10 degrees or whatever the fuck that one is. But and it doesn't have the same price tag as that motherfucker either, which is good. The French Toast Bastard, I actually probably will not finish this one and pour it out because it is palate wrecking on the fact that all the adjuncts are so abrasive, it kind of ruins a lot of your old factory bulbs, if you know what I mean, and you don't get a lot of the other nuances that you're trying to get from the beer. And one of the reasons that is I think because of the fact that this year is so nuanced that the adjuncts are kind of overtaking the beer. If this was a beast of a base beer, say that 3 times fast, beast of a base beer, that the adjuncts would have just kind of like probably melded with the base beer. And you could have got the beer plus the adjuncts. But this is very subtle and nuanced this year. So I think the adjuncts are just kind of running rampant. Basically, LA riots in a glass. And I think that's what's going on here. So I'm going to throw, I said it before, it's a really nice, lovely beer. I'm still probably going to throw this one into the 8 category. I'm going to go that high to go to the 8 with a base beer. Even though it's nuanced, it's very, very delicious. Especially if you're not throwing a bunch of other stuff on your palate to kind of ruin your ability to pull those nuances up. Because once you do, you're extremely excited about it. It's really nice. The Founders French Toast Bastard, however, I'm going to throw in the 7 category, 6, 5, 7 category, because yes, it is as advertised. However, the abrasiveness is ruining the experience of drinking it. So if you just, like I said, if you just want vanilla, like a little hint of vanilla with a lot of extract maple syrup, well, then you're going to like this. But if you want some beer behind that, then you probably won't. So that is my trying to be as middle of the road as I can be, but that's what it is. That's my opinion. So there you go. So Backwoods Bastard, 8 out of 10. I'm not gonna shit on it too much. French Toast Bastard is a very drinkable 11.1% beer. However, if you want a lot of nice, lovely nuances and stuff, you're not gonna get them. You're gonna get 2 notes punching in the face the whole time you drink it. And if you're okay with that, do it. I've done it many times with big old beers. 4 notes screaming at you the whole time. Well, whatever. At least it's 17%. You know what I mean? I've been there. So that's what it is. I'm gonna throw that one. Oh, I'll be nice. Like I said, my last review, 6, 5, 7. I'm gonna say the same thing. 6, 5, 7. So just kind of in that kind of wheelhouse. Anyway, thank you for joining me, especially you. You. Good, sir. And this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Cheers. Ooh. I might dump that out and crack open another one. But that's it, because dad's shit in a couple hours. So I'm going to make some steaks. I'm going to decorate a Christmas tree. I'm going to start wrapping presents. And then I am going to go and get the kids around 4 o'clock. And it's 9 now. So I got plenty of time for festivities and decorating and Christmasifying. And the kids get Yule presents because I started that a long time ago. We get our Yule presents on the 1st of Christmas or the 1st of winter. That's my thing. And then, so they don't look like weirdos, they get Christmas presents too. So it winter chicken dinner. Anyway, this has been Paul for PABrewNews. Watch that finger, because here it fucking comes. And I have to go this, and I have to go that. So just there. Bye-bye. Woo. Boop. Come on now. Boop. And then boop.